Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to make a video for you guys today. Second upload. This should be going up later, probably after the first market watch we had today or the stream. But it's an important video that I need to get out for you guys. You guys have been asking a lot about. So I'm going to try to bring you as much information today that I can about this. I'm not like an oracle at understanding everything that could happen. But today we're going to be talking about Bundesliga Player of the Month. That's just what we're going for today. Obviously, a lot to discuss with the Bundesliga Player of the Month, and that's what we're gonna do. We got a lot to talk about. So, first of all, I believe Royce is not in the voting. So I believe this month you cannot vote for Royce, which means that you will not have a Royce Player of the Month this month. Now, I have to just get on here and tell you this: EA doesn't seem to be requiring any cards anymore of the player. So that's what I'll just tell you. Now, does that mean it's not investable? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. This Player of the Month caused a lot of informs to go up really quickly and a lot of golds in the Prem to go up like crazy. I know Ozil was like 32K, a lot of stuff like that. And a lot of people did it because a lot of people are Marcus Rashford fans. A lot of people either like Marcus Rashford or they're a fan of Marcus Rashford. So that's why you saw a lot of this stuff go up a lot. So I think for me, guys, it's really important to see this and then be able to utilize / apply it to another Player of the Month. So we should be getting Bundesliga Player of the Month next Friday. And I'm assuming it's going to be Leon Goretzka. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Goretzka. I know I voted for him. I think Witzel had I don't know if it was Witzel. Somebody had a little bit of an outside shot, but I'm assuming it's going to be Goretzka. And that's the way it's looking at this point. So I'm kind of focused on telling you guys how to invest for Goretzka. What could go up, what could not go up. So the last few months, they have been bringing out Royce Player of the Month every single month. You guys know that. It's been literally almost every month except the Sancho month where it's been Royce Player of the Month. So for me, I kind of feel like it's going to be expensive. Goretzka, so Royce's Player of the Months have been like 800K. Goretzka, his card on the market is like, it's 130. I don't think this is going to be required at all. I don't think so. For me, guys, for them to suddenly start requiring this card, I can't really see that happening for me. I can't really see it happening. So I think what it will be is like an 87, 88 rated card. I think EA knows that a lot of people are interested in Goretzka, and a lot of people like him, and a lot of people deem him as meta. So I think you will see him, whatever is required, go up. So I'm trying to be here to help you guys understand this week, things you can pick up. Now, from this video, you should not go pick up everything from this video right now. I'm making this video 5 days before the potential Player of the Month drop, so you guys know what you can look for this week. That's all it is, boys. That's all we're doing. So a few things that I think you could stock your club up with this week to potentially make some coins on this. I don't know. Look, you may not make a freaking dime. This Player of the Month, guys, may not make you a dime, but at the prices that I'm gonna advise or send to you guys, you shouldn't lose coins. So the first one is gonna be two different things. I would look at picking up Bundesliga informs all around the spectrum. It doesn't even have to be the cheapest. Maybe you pick up some 84, 85 rated ones. Just get some in the club because I think this SBC will be about 350 to 400. So I think what they'll do is they're going to require a lot of informs. So in your guys' scenario, you'd probably look at like Finn Bogason. There's some that are a little bit lower risk. Like this guy is an 84 where these are all 78 to 82s and they're inflated. This guy is an 84 rated and he's only up 2K out of packs. So like that kind of situation, you'd look at more of those kind of players rather than some other ones that are a little bit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like you'd look at those instead of maybe buying a lower down one if you had a higher rated. That's where I would look. You could also, instead of Bundesliga, you could look at Germany. That's another thing that you guys could look at. You guys could look at Germany. That's a big one potentially. You could pull up Germany and see what's going on with Germany. That's what I would suggest. You got all these now. 13K for this dude. Other dude is 15K, and I remember for the Sancho SBC, these ones like went extinct. So these are all ones that you could stock your club up with, potentially, guys, and make some decent coinage. I don't know. I'm just trying to think outside the box with you guys and think about some things that you guys could make some extra coins with when the Player of the Month drops at low risk prices. That's kind of the thing that I'm always trying to do for you guys is make sure that you guys are looking at stuff that's low risk. I think the biggest thing that I'm the biggest fan of, is potentially some discard informs. You have some at like 10, 11K. But I think the thing that I like the most is two different things. I think I like Bundesliga 84, 85s a lot. I think if you guys could get those kind of cards in that range of rating, you're gonna do well. I think that should be something that maybe might be required. So I think if you look at that, you've got right now, let's pull up the cheapest right now on PS. You have, wow, Goretzka wants to watch is that high. You have 3.8K. I mean, so they are a little inflated, but a guy like Javi Martinez, Sule, so that stuff's all a little bit inflated. You might want to look at like 85s, Robin, Ribery, and what you get there is they're under the cheapest players for Bayern Munich, which is Goretzka's club, obviously. So there's an additional value to that, which I enjoy. I think that's got a lot going for it. You could look at that. I would say if you're going to invest, that's why I'm making this video right now. Let this Rashford Player of the Month stuff for a lot of these cards die out. There's a lot of hype right now on Rashford Player of the Month. And so what that's doing is it's actually inflated a lot of the prices of golds on the market. So just let them kind of chill out a little bit. I would at least. Another rare area that you guys could go look at is Germany 84-85s. Again, that's where Goretzka's from. Now, at this point, you're going to take a gamble that it is Goretzka. That's what you're taking a gamble on. Obviously, there's not much to do here outside of Leno, so this is a little bit less appealing, right? Because you don't have that much wiggle room with any of these cards. 4.5K, and the rest of them are you know what I'm saying? So the rest of them are up a lot. Now, what you guys could also start to do, and this is what I would start to look at, past Player of the Month, investing, right? Obviously, discard informs. Obviously, a lot of that stuff, use that in your favor, right? That stuff is really good, and you're going to make coins that way. Some way that I would also look is not even necessarily like this card, just talking about these kind of cards in general. Not Champions League cards, but recent Bayern Munich cards or German cards that are going to link with the Goretzka. I think a lot of people will complete Goretzka, so you'd be looking at German players in the Bundesliga that are maybe overpowered or in lacking positions that people like to use. That's another thing that I would really, really start to eye in on, because I think it's something that you guys can make big time coins off. I think that's something that really, guys, you got to start to look at players that are close to Goretzka and figure out players that might go up. I would say Hummels is a guy that could definitely go up. Boateng's a guy that could definitely go up. Alaba's a guy that could definitely go up. What you will start to see, guys, with a Player of the Month like this, especially if it's more accessible than Royce has been. Royce has been really expensive, so the stuff doesn't really full on go up for it. Unless people are like super committed to doing it, the stuff doesn't go up as much. I would look for potentially I would look for things that are linkable around it. So like if people are going to get Goretzka, what are you expecting people to use with Goretzka? Is it Alaba? Is it Boateng? Is it stuff like that you could potentially see people using teams around? That's kind of the realistic thing that you'd probably look at. I don't know if like Thomas Muller, I don't think people would use Thomas Muller with him, but you're looking at meta players that people would use around Goretzka and that kind of thing. Now, I think other than Goretzka, let me pull up. Let's go tools, player of the month. Where are we at? How do I go to the player of the month thing again? Tools, zones, player of the month contenders. Let's pull this up one more time. So other than Goretzka, it's not really looking like, I mean, they're not going to give Lewandowski, he's not going to win player of the month with 2 goals. I think that, for me, guys, it's got to be Goretzka. I think it was between Witsel or Goretzka, and I think at the end of the day, everyone's going to go Goretzka. I'm pretty sure. You guys know the fan vote has been a big deal for this. It's not the whole thing, but it has been a big deal. So I think the fan vote, it does have a certain level of, like, I don't know, oomph to it almost. Like, I think usually the player that everyone's voting for is winning the player of the month, which is something that we can take away and we can look at from all of it. And so, yeah, I think that this would probably come next Friday. If I'm correct there, I think that this will probably come next Friday, guys. I wouldn't expect it to come any later than that. And I'm assuming it'll come within the midst of all the Champions League stuff, right? So that's interesting. And so we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. Hopefully it's a more accessible player of the month. A lot of the player of the months recently have been really expensive and like not accessible. Like you'd have to have a lot of coins to do a lot of the recent player of the months, which is like, honestly, for lack of better words, just annoying. I wish that EA would make them a little bit more accessible. And Royce has just been way too expensive. My problem with the player of the month recently is with Royce, you haven't even been able to upgrade a Royce. That's what's been annoying. You have to just keep doing it. So hopefully we get a nice little meta 88 Goretzka and everybody's happy. And EA does the job there. Shout out to you guys for supporting the upload tonight, man. I appreciate all you guys. You guys know that. I'm out here trying to bid on a Ramos. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you guys in a video soon. Peace out.